Picture or video? God, no.
A little bit of both. Ready? There we go.
Yeah, which
He's the senior.
And then we were 6-2 in the conference, third place in the dual meet portion of the season, as well as third place in the championship meet. So that was our record this year. We had 2 divers qualify for regionals, Tegan and Donnie, so congratulations to them. I appreciate them and Coach Carey running a quick practice today so we could get this in. They will be diving Thursday night in Novi, so along with 28 of their best friends, right? So pretty good competition there. We actually had 5 swimmers get all conference this year, which is, I think we had 3 last year. Congratulations to Noah, Aiden, Dominic, Alex, and John, all conference. Also want to congratulate Noah for being our conference champion in the 500 free. Okay, just a couple more things. We had 3 athletes that were added to our top 10 list. This is something that Mr. Johnson and I have been working on over the years. Tegan, I believe it was maybe 11 dives score was on there for that. Aiden in the 100 fly. And also Noah in the 500 and the 100 back, so top 10. Those are not easy to get. We're talking about 50 years of swimming and diving in our school, so it's very tough to do. So when we do that, we want to celebrate that. Our conference meet was great. We had over 75 best times Thursday and Friday, times and scores. I told them on the bus it was probably one of our better league meets in the last couple of years. It's always nice coaching a sport like this because you can tell when kids are getting better just based on their time. So congratulations to everybody. Freshmen, come on up. Each of these gentlemen is going to get their varsity certificate and their varsity letter. David had PRs in both of his individual events at the league meet, the 200 and 100 free. I believe he won his heat as well. Swam all the freestyle events up to the 500 this year, and he was a former diver, so to make that jump from diving to swimming and doing some harder events is great. I do want to say this real quick. A lot of these newer swimmers worked a lot with Coach Shade at the beginning of the season, and he taught them a lot and just taught them the importance of being willing to try different events. And both of these guys did that this season as well. So Joe swam some difficult events this year, did the 100 fly at the league meet, did the 200 free, that's a tough double, did the 500 a few times as well. Got his PR in the 200 freestyle at the league meet, but he swam several different events. He even did the 200 IM, I believe, in practice one day. So the more versatile these guys are, the more they can help the team. So congrats to Joe. And our final freshman is Christian. I knew from middle school he had a strong background in breaststroke. I believe he was top 3 in the league maybe in 8th grade in breaststroke. He was a league finalist this year in the 200 IM. It's not an easy event to do, and I think there was only maybe 20 guys that swam it. So you guys, if you're willing to try events like that, it's just an easier path into the finals for you. So made the finals in the IM, also 200 free relay. So somebody, when you think about the 2 events that he swam, and you think about our seniors, they swam the same events. So somebody we're going to really be counting on next year to kind of fill in those big shoes to fill. So congrats to Christian. All right, as they're getting their awards, I'll just talk a little bit about the sophomores. This is a very talented group. They contributed a lot of points to our team this year. I know Coach and I talked a lot about how much potential this group has, and it's exciting that they have 2 more years. All right, so we're going to start with, again, alphabetical, starting with Noah. I think everybody would agree that's been at practice every day. He's definitely the hardest worker we have. It really paid off for him winning a league title. He actually swam every event this year, including breaststroke, did the 100 fly a couple times, scored the most points on our team this year, was all conference. I know last year you missed out by 1 point, but this year he was actually in the top 3 in the league in points overall out of a couple hundred kids. So pretty awesome. Qualified for Wayne County, swam a couple events there, and hopefully next year going to the state. All right, next we have Matt. This is obviously Matt's second year on the team as well. Improved a lot this year. He did well last year and made finals in a couple events last year, but just showed a ton of improvement. Was one of our better breaststrokers in the whole conference, actually. And I really think he can make our top 10 list in the 100 breast next year. Qualified for Wayne County in the 100 breast as well. So congrats to Matt. All right, next we have, looks like Aiden. I mentioned earlier, Aiden is on our top 10 list for the 100 fly. He was only, I think, a second and a half off the state cut. So he's got a chance, depending on what the state cuts are next year, to hopefully go to the state meet. He actually dropped 10 seconds from last year in the 100 fly. I believe he was a 106 last year, and he went at 56 this year. So that's a great time drop there. Was all conference, second place in the 100 fly, third place in the 100 back, and also had our highest finish in the Wayne County meet. He was in the top 10 in Wayne County. So congrats to Aiden. All right, looks like, was it Josh next? All right, making sure I did this right. This is Josh's first year on the team. He was actually in my class in the fall. Started off brand new to swimming. Improved a lot. He got his PRs in the league meet in the 200 free and the 100 free, and contributed on some varsity relays this year. So congrats to Josh. This is a pretty big class. Next we have Connor. His versatility was a really nice surprise for us. He improved a lot, especially in the second half of the season. Actually swam everything except for the 100 breast. So we'll leave that to your brother, right? But swam a lot of different events for us. That group we kind of talked about a couple times. We really needed them to step up, and you definitely did that for us and showed a lot of improvement. So congrats to Connor. All right, next we have David. David was one of our better sprinters this year. He did place in the Downriver Classic in the 100 free. That's not easy to do. That meet is harder than the league meet because you're including Riverview, Flat Rock, Cabrini, some other good teams in there. So the scoring is different. They only scored to 12. So I believe he was in the top 10 in the 100 free. That was great. Qualified for finals in, I think, every event that you swam. So was one of our important relay swimmers all season. Got to swim a couple relays at Wayne County as well. So congrats to David. And our next one is Jackson. This is actually Jackson's first year on the team. I think he swam middle school, did you? Okay, my wife mentioned that. So first year on our high school team, and improved a lot, especially the last couple of weeks in the season. I remember talking to him in class about breaking 30, and he went 29.96. So that was pretty cool. And he PR'd obviously in that and also in the 100 free. So congrats to Jackson. I believe there are 8 of them if they're all here. All right, we will have Coach Carey do the diving first since both of our divers are juniors.
So the first diver is Donovan Crawford, or Donald as I like to call him. I don't know why, it just feels right. He had a pretty good season this year. We're still going though, so it's kind of hard to say anything when we still have regionals on Thursday. But this season, Donnie has improved a lot in regards to being coachable. He really has. He's there every day at practice. He's the first one on the board. He wants to do more. So I look forward to next season and finishing up this season. Tegan had a good season. He was, you got top 10 at DRC with 311? In the top 10 all-time scores at Woodhaven? Yeah, you're number 7, yeah. So, Tegan went to state meet last year. He did not make it past the first round, but that was okay, he still made it. This year we're in D1. I don't know if that's going to happen. Our region has 29 divers. I just found out. 29. So we'll see how that goes Thursday. Again, they both did a very good job. I look forward to next season. Hopefully over the summer we can learn some new dives. Yeah.
Jace had an awesome league meet for us this year. Just fantastic 50 free, made the A final in the 50 free, and really had a great 100 free too. I know we had talked the weekend before about taking you out of the breaststroke, and it worked out really well. I was a little bit nervous about moving Alex into the 500, but Jamin and Jason, Ethan, and David all did a nice job getting points for us there. So did provide some depth when needed for breaststroke. When we had kids that were out sick and whatnot, you were able to fill in for them and score a lot of points there. Swam some relays at Wayne County. That was the first time we saw you really drop some time there in the 100 free. So gave me a lot of confidence that you could do that last week. So congrats to Jace. Next we have Cisco. I remember helping my wife with middle school, first time I met you there in 8th grade. Just genuinely a great kid. I really enjoy having him around our program. He's very respectful, he works really hard. He does really well in the classroom. Just the kind of person we want the kids to look up to moving up. So appreciate having him on the team. This is his 2nd year in a row making the finals in the distance events. So had a really good league meet this year and even broke a minute in the 100. I think you went 58-8 was your split on that last relay in the finals. So appreciate everything you did for us. I appreciate you stepping in the finals and doing that medley relay. I know we had talked about it in school. So thanks for everything you did this year, Cisco. Congrats. All right, next we have Jamin. I mentioned with Jace there, they were really a nice 1-2 punch in the sprints for us in the league meet. I still remember Jamin's reaction when he found out he made the top 6 in the 100. That was pretty exciting. I know you were seated I think maybe 10th, so moving up that much was a great thing for you, and I'm happy for you that you did that. Also, I think broke 25 seconds in the 50 and made the B final there as well. We had talked about maybe doing back in IM, but it really worked out going the direction we did. Swam some relays at Wayne County too, so congrats to Jamin. Kyle this is his first year on the team and worked a lot with Coach Shade at the beginning of the season. I know they worked a lot on their starts. Your start was really, really good. Still had a lot of work on the flip turn we were working on, so it's funny how a couple weeks before the end of the season we switched to breaststroke and then you end up making the finals. So to be a brand new swimmer and to make the finals of the league meet is a great achievement for you. So I just think that's something we can really build on for next year. Not only having you swim individual events, but getting into some of these relays for breaststroke too. So congrats to Kyle. Next we have Alex. Alex has been in the sport for a long time. I think I remember him back in maybe 5th or 6th grade, doing Marlins at the time. He works really hard, I'll say that, and not just in the pool, but in the classroom. I had him in class last year. He's a great track and cross country runner too. So I really appreciate his work ethic and his attitude. He's easy to coach. 2nd year in a row all league, 200 free, 500 free. Glad we got you healthy so we could make that move, and it worked out really, really well. He's been one of our top relay swimmers the last 2 years and qualified for Wayne County, I believe, in 3 events this year. So congrats to Alex. And our last junior is Eric. This is Eric's 3rd year on the team. It's funny that his sister's here because I remember coaching her probably about 4 or 5 years ago. So she swam, I believe, butterfly. So Eric's kind of following her footsteps a little bit. He was the league finalist as well in the 100 fly, a nice swim there, and also swam on our 200 free relay. So congrats to Eric. All right, this is our senior class. We had 5 12th graders this year. 3 of them are in their 4th year. It's not easy to be on the same team for 4 years and get varsity every year. So we'll start with Jack. This is his 4th year on the team. Had a great league meet. I was talking to his dad about that today. 203 in the 200 free. Won the B final of that. Was also in the finals of the 500 free and was on both of our A relays. I know our 200 free relay was 2nd, so they got a medal there. So the last 2 years has really kind of stepped into that role and swam on some big relays for us. We graduated a lot of seniors after his sophomore year. He really did a nice job filling in there. Qualified in Wayne County for a couple events as well. So congrats to Jack. All right, next is Dominic. I think outside of Coach Shade, I think I probably know Dominic longer than anybody in this room. Started swimming at TSC as I think a 9-year-old maybe, and I was coaching over there at the time. 2nd year in a row all conference. Made the A final of the 200 IM and the 100 breast. Was our anchor on our medley relay and also on our A 400 free relay. So scored a lot of points for us throughout his career actually. Was a team captain this year. What I think we'll miss the most is his versatility. It's really hard to replace an IMer and a breaststroker, but also his leadership. Did a real nice job leading the team last few weeks of the season especially. The kids really rallied around him and John. Qualified in Wayne County for, I don't know, 3 or 4 events at least. So, yeah, a lot. So congrats to Don. All right, next we have Aiden Lisinski. This is Aiden's 2nd year on the team. Was a league finalist this year in both free relays. Aiden, I appreciate you stepping up in that 400 when we needed you. You did a great job there. Got your best times in all your events that day. So it was a nice way to finish out your career. And congrats to Aiden. All right, next we have Ethan. This is his 3rd year, right, on the team. Was a finalist in 3 events, I believe, this year in the medley relay, 200 free relay, and the 100 free. Broke a minute in the 100 free there. So probably the most important swim I would say was probably his 50 fly. Really filled in for us there. Had a great split on that relay, but also breaking a minute in that 100 was exciting for you. And even the 26 low in the 50 I thought was really good too. So congrats to Ethan. All right, and our last senior is John Toth. John's been in the sport a long time too. I remember him back in maybe 6th or 7th grade as well, doing Marlins in middle school and everything else. I'm really proud of John. He had a really great league meet, and it was really, when we were in the meeting, to see that you were all league meant a lot to me. So I'm happy for you that you got that. It wouldn't have happened without your IM. And the fact that you won that heat, I think, really was the difference in you getting an all-league award. So 2nd place in the breaststroke, 7th in the IM, qualified for Wayne County as well. And just continued, I know last year breaking 110 was a big deal, but you were doing it pretty consistently this season. So was one of our captains as well. So congrats to John. The first awards I want to pass out are all conference, and I've alluded to some of these already. To be all conference in our league, you have to either win an event, be second place in diving, or like this year when we added it up, it was I think there was 14 athletes that won an event, but they take up to 24. So there was like 10 spots that were open based on points, like the points they scored. I mentioned earlier Noah. Noah, you can come on up. Noah won the 500, so he's all league. So he was automatically in, but I mentioned earlier he was like third in the league in points. The next one that was all league was Aiden Dombrowski. So these guys are getting a certificate and a medal for that. Aiden was second in the 100 fly and I believe third in the 100 back. Next we have Dominic Germano. Dom was third in the breast and fourth or fifth in the IM. I can't remember exactly, but top 6 in both events for Dom. Next we have Alex Vasquez. Alex was fourth in the 200 free, 2 minutes .01, I think, so close to the 2-minute barrier. 5:29 in the 500. Was it 5:29?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a great swim there as well. Top 6 in his events. And then John Toth, all conference. So we had 5 all-league swimmers this year. Congrats to the boys. Picture. Moving on. Next we have academic all-conference. This is for any athletes in grades 10 to 12 that I believe have a cumulative, I think it's a 3-3. You can't get it in 9th grade, you got to start in 10th grade. So starting off, these are your just all academic certificates. Noah Behringer. Next we have Matt Calvin, Connor Garoni, Francisco Guardado, Jamin Johnson Lemieux, Kyle Scamp, Alex Vasquez, Ethan Overholt, and John Toth. 9 guys, academic all league. Almost half the team. Okay, just got a few other additional awards that are, kind of special awards to me anyway. The first one is our most improved swimmer, and then we'll do our most improved diver after that. This one's always really hard to decide on because we had a lot of improvement throughout the season. I mean, you guys saw that at the league meet. This person swam almost all the events this year and was somebody that who scored some important points for us in just a wide variety of events. Never complained about trying anything new and really did a great job. And further, he really had outstanding attendance this season. And this year's most improved swimmer is Connor Garoni.
Most improved diver is Donovan Crawford, like I mentioned earlier. He's been much more coachable this year. I mean, when you're with someone every day for 15 weeks, we have our ups and downs, but he's been very receptive to my input, so I've been happy about that, and we'll see how it turns out Thursday.
This next award is our Coaches Award. This individual is just a very polite and respectful young man in my mind. He's somebody that we can point to that has really good character, and I think that's really important in high school boys, is just to have good character and to set a positive example for younger kids while making our swim program look good. It doesn't hurt that he's a 3-sport athlete and he's really smart. Congratulations to Francisco Guardado. This is our High Point Award, so just like it sounds, it's based on points. This individual scored over 270 points this year and was in the top 3 in points in our league meet and swam every event this year. Congratulations to Noah Behringer. All right, so congrats to all the boys for their awards tonight.
Nothing about these speeches. When I started swimming, I thought it was just another sport my parents were going to throw me into, but this one was different. My dad said he saw some potential, and I wasn't actually really bad, like being a bench warmer in basketball. That was. When I started swimming in middle school, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it. I begged my parents to let me quit like every day, or not sign me up the next year. But looking back, I'm so happy now my dad never let me quit. And then came high school swimming. Deciding to join the high school team on my freshman year was the best choice I ever made. Hands down, the memories, the friends I made, and all the experiences. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And boys, listen, the season was great. I've had so much fun because of you guys. And don't any of you quit, I swear to God, we need you, like bad. And every single one of you guys have so much potential to become a greater swimmer than you already are. So train hard. I want to see you guys kick some butt next year. Also, I want to say thank you to my coaches for putting up with me for so long, and my parents for being supportive every step of the way, and my teammates for being there for me no matter what. And one last thing, subscribe to Chipos Garage.
I just want to say it's really crazy to me that I'm standing up here right now, because I remember watching this every single year. I'm like, that's so long away, Like my first year, I'm just like, I'm never even gonna do this. So it's just crazy to me. And I feel the exact same as when I started. And they say time flies, but hearing and experiencing it are two completely different things. Because, like I said, I feel the same when I was like 15. And all things considered, I've come really far as a swimmer and as a person, and so has everyone else on the team. Some great people on here. I remember coming into swimming as a sophomore, barely even knowing what the sport was about. I didn't know the strokes, how to flip turn. I was more overconfident in my swimming ability. And that first practice was crazy humbling, especially I had Coach Tim. So, and my strength did not transfer whatsoever. But through the years, I've come very far, and I hit a lot of goals that I set for myself that I barely thought were even possible for me to do. And I want to give thanks to everyone who I've done this with, my coaches and my parents. All of you people have made these practices in this sport so much more bearable, and I thank all of you for that. Specifically, I want to give thanks to Nick Byers and Eric Walter, who made my first 2 years of swimming so much fun, even though Kelly definitely hated us. The pre-meet McDonald's was pretty nice too. Thank you, Nick. I would also like to thank Jay, Cisco, Jamin, Connor, Alex, Aiden, and David for all being lady buddies with me this season and making practice so much more fun. And those kickset conversations can never be discussed again. Never. And I also like to thank Coach Kelly, Tim, Tyler, and Shane for constantly supporting me and helping me grow with the sport. I also never forget those 2 candy bars that Kelly owes me. 2 years, Kelly. 2 years.
Interest, right?
Yeah, so it's 4 now. And thank you as well to my parents for always supporting me, showing up for me, and going above and beyond for me, not just during the swim season, but for my whole life. Even though I despise it most of the time, this sport has helped me grow for the better and be an outlet for whatever issue I'm facing. Even though I'm happy to be done with the sport, never forget my swimming experience and all the people who helped me through it. I love everyone on this team, and I wish them the best for the coming season in their lives. Thank you all.
So I'll just keep it really short. The biggest thing I want to get to is that I'm just so grateful to have a team like you guys, knowing that I can trust you with just about anything. That's one of the most amazing things about this team, is that bond we all share. We always have each other's back. And I know that when I need something, when I'm in trouble, I can always count on you guys. When I joined this team, the first thing I noticed was just the sense of community we all had. I saw how when we came time for meets, practice sets, we always pushed ourselves and each other. In our free time, we always stuck together, found ways to hang out, and that was just such a beautiful thing that we had. This season was no exception either, and that bond only grew stronger. Our coaches pushed us. They pushed us hard. And in return, we met them. We exceeded their expectations, I think. And to me, it's not just a group I compete with. I'm so grateful to have a team like y'all. Y'all rock!
Okay. I've been swimming for a really long time, since I was 8 years old actually, in Romulus, way back. I took lessons first, then I joined the team, but it's been a crazy journey, that's for sure. It's been one of the only constants in my life for so long. I have to say, I'm sad it's over. It's been a lot, that's for sure. I'll be honest, I've not enjoyed every single moment of it. No one really can. I didn't enjoy coming home every day, like being mentally and physically fried, but I would still take that every single time for how much I found with this sport and how many people that I found that I would never have met otherwise, especially Dom over there. And then Alex too, I've been swimming with him since 6th grade, day one. And started in my freshman year. I came into it into high school with an expectation that it wouldn't be that hard, that I could just float by and I wouldn't really do much. But I was wrong, and I didn't expect to feel so accomplished with myself after practice every day, feeling sure tired, but at least I was doing something, right? And my sophomore year, it was definitely harder to continue, but I eventually got myself out of that hole, and it was really nice to know that I could also lean on the people around me. And then I was really excited for junior year. I went into it excited, hoping to drop more time, stuff like that. And then I came into my senior year with pretty much the same mindset and hoping I'd be captain of the team. That happened. And I'm just so happy that I joined. I've had a lot of fun this season, and I'm gonna be honest, I regret my sophomore year not living to it to the fullest, because if I would have tried to enjoy it, I know for a fact I would have. And sorry. I'm so thankful for swimming, and especially the team that surrounded me. You guys have supported me and gotten me through so much more than you'll ever know. I thank you so much. I love you all so much. You guys have really just done so much for me. And I have another couple shout outs. I want to shout out David Gerardo, Aiden Dombrowski, and Kyle, because you guys, I could always see you guys at the end of the lane when I was swimming breaststroke. And I just, again, thank you so much for all you've done. I love you guys.
What's up, y'all? We're here today. We did it. We made it. 4 years. Woo! Okay. Let's do this thing. Okay. So, after a long time. All right. So, 2 years back, Ian Woolney gave me a reward. A reward that stands for being organized, wants the best for others, focused on values and visions, and passionate about others. It is energetic and helps others when they're suffering, sympathetic, tuned to others, and others' needs, and optimistic. Forward-thinking, always improvising, responsible, natural leadership, the list goes on. But I now want to give that award to the next person. Jamin Johnson, please come up here and grab the Leonardo Award. Hold it up. Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay. Hey. Sorry. All right. Thank you guys for making this an awesome 4 years. Every memory, every swim, every lap, every person in this room, it means a lot to me that you're here today. I say this from the bottom of my heart. I honestly thank you, Kelly. We started off TSC, right? Yep. Good days. But I remember my first day of practice like no other. In 2013 or 2014. My mom wanted me to have basic swimming skills with Banquet. But my goal, I never once told you, Mom, but my goal was to become Batman. After doing baseball, martial arts, and other sports, I figured Batman needed to fight crime. So why not give it a try? Little did I know that my time in the water would last longer than I expected. After going through years, going to clubs, and taking on so many races and getting so many ribbons, I took club swimming further and further and further for quite a long time. Eventually coming to a big point in my life where we possibly could have crossed lines at smack, possibly. But, you know, pointers out there. All right, so, but swimming's given me so many opportunities, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without any of you guys. Thank you guys for keeping me in for this last year and junior year. You guys don't understand. I started high school alone, sad, scared, and it was a very scary experience for myself. And among many of people, you in this room, you know that experience. You are living this experience right now. At the end of my sophomore season, I had to choose between running or swimming. I knew in my heart I could push myself beyond what I was capable of. I knew I had to choose swimming. Duh. It's crazy, right? But the reason I kept going for these seasons was to distract myself for life's issues. I was willing to do anything to hide what was going on in my life. So I took it out on swimming. I took it so I could burn some energy and I could go further with my life. So I joined some very difficult programs. The programs broke me down mentally, they broke me down physically, and degraded my mind every day, calling me stupid, useless, and I refused to be trained some days because I couldn't take it. The coach even told me I was an old dog and could never get better. After being told this every day for months, I went from getting better and using swim as a distraction to believing I will never be good enough. What's the point? I feel so alone. So no matter what I did, eventually I fell into this advice that you're just a kid that swims. You'll never be a swimmer. Believing these words from a coach with more years of experience than you, than anyone I know, put me in a worse perspective on life and everything around me. In that moment, I knew allowing myself to give up on myself was the worst thing I could have chose. But it created a tension with me going back to swimming for junior year. It created a tension for me coming back to swimming for senior year. So I decided to do cross country. I decided to go with a positive, really nice community that brought me in. And these kids around me right now convinced me to stay this year because you guys mean so much to me. You have brought me here to 10 years of swimming, and putting in all of this work means so much to me. It really does. It means so much. But putting in this work it's been difficult. It's been very difficult. But these past 3 months of swim have allowed me to appreciate every race even more. And these past 3 months of swimming have given me more of a chance to grow and care for myself and learn as a team and as a captain. I put in so much work. You guys have put in so much work. I appreciate this. And it means so much to me. No matter how much work I put into it, it will never be the amount of work that my parents, community, and people have put in. Thank you guys. And my mother, I want to give shout out to my mom. Thank you. You never let me quit any day. You've gone to every single one of my meets, every single one, from when I was in middle school till now. You have given me the best life's advice. You have given me the best way I can get through swim. You have put me through so much. And you're so freaking scary sometimes, but you know, we get through. We get through. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, round 2. Breathe. Breathe. All right. And now to pass on a second gift of time, a token of tradition. This fun award was the Warrior Head patch. This patch is like no other. It has been passed down every 4 years from senior to freshman. It is a replica of the one on my varsity jacket. To give a brief history of this award, it was handed down to me by the legendary Andrew Whitman, who earned it from Jeff Munson, who earned it from Zach Rodriguez, who earned it from David Erickson, and even at some point in history, the legendary Bald Guy Bannon in his speech. Bald Guy Bannon. My bad. Needless to say, it doesn't matter how old the patch is. It's what it represents that matters. This honor represents the embodiment of an emerging leader who will take on life's challenges and best exhibits courage, dedication, bravery, patience, and most of all, a positive attitude. Being handed this award 4 years ago ignited a flame in me at Woodhaven as a warrior embodying the confidence and tradition of high school. I now see fit that this gift shall be passed on to someone else, someone who is a wonderful example of a swimmer. Amongst the freshmen, I feel that one swimmer in particular has earned this award. Over the 2024-25 season, I have been listening, watching, waiting for this day to come. Although I could just tell you who this person is, I want to give a brief background on who and why. This story is much like my own, starting and swimming in several different events, being really great at breaststroke and IM. This student athlete has put work and day, practicing, cheering, asking questions. I have watched as he has came over the years, and his attitude and determinations outshine others. As diligent and as hardworking as you are, it's hard to do this stuff sometimes. As you are, it only becomes more challenging from here. Life will throw everything it's got at you, but because of your determination, I know that you can take on any challenge that comes your way. I hope that you keep the coaches on their toes for every race. I encourage you to stand up for your teammates and community. Overall, the advice I can give you is remember, the swimmer is always bigger than the race. It's a lot of responsibility, but I have seen your determination as a great athlete and an even greater friend. And with that, your time is now. Congratulations, Christian Knurk.
All right, we are done. You guys want to do any pictures or whatever? Otherwise, we're good. Have a good evening.
Is it a picture or video? We gotta know.
A little bit of both. Ready? There we go.
Yeah, which one?